Welcome. Everything discussed in today's show is not financial advice.
Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello? I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you guys. Hopefully it's working. I was just messing with myself. So how's everyone doing today? It is Saturday. We're going to be looking at a few things to see what's going on. What do we got? I see people talking about salad in the live chat. Salad being around for years. Why now it's the forefront of everything? Yeah, Jock McMiner, UK. That's something I did want to mention. As it's been around since like, I don't even know, 2021, 2019. I'm not even sure. But now it seems like people are just slowly starting to talk about it. But we'll talk about that when the time comes. Let's do a quick roll call, see what we got going on. I do see Scafer over on the Twitchster. What is happening? Nobody on the Kickster. And in the live chat, I see Michael Cartwright is first. Roar! Awesome. Michael Cartwright is first. We got Bad Cat. Gregory, what's happening? Crypto for Life. Alvatus Jokabakis. Black Sails. Ripping Lips. Budweiser's at work, but still. Budweiser. But he's just wrapping up and will be with us shortly by the sounds of things. We got First Time 13, Rudy Dup Chanel. We got Squirrel Master, Skirm. Scrolling through. What do we got? Sadie, sometimes what is happening? What is that? Teru Premium? What's going on? Grey Wolf, scrolling through here. Let's see here. Tetch Bandit, what is happening? Squirrel Master. Robert, what's going down? I see you. All Crypto, hi, what's happening? Robert, oh, just jumped on me. Yusuf Putz, what's happening? Everyone using Salad, yo, use Hashcat and crack passwords. Oh, crazy. Yeah, that's true. Do you get paid to use that? I don't know if you get paid to do that though. But yeah, I guess if you crack something. But yeah, that's bad, guys. Don't do that. Bimmar, what's going on? Crypto Founder 4. What is that? Tuban Jar. Scrolling through. Steve Slacko, what is happening? Toxic Miner, what's going down? Turtle Tech, I see you there. I think I got everyone. Darren, what's happening? Hopefully I got everyone. I apologize. Chris M Class K, what is happening? First time chat over on the Twitchster. How's it going? Hello, welcome. We're talking about some crypto stuff. So where should we start? I don't know where to start. I guess the first thing we start is actually I was going to rabidmining.com here, scrolling through my news, which seems to be working again finally, and I seen something interesting. Well, here's one thing. Mass adoption would ruin crypto, keep it a niche. Do you guys agree with that? Disagree? We're not going to look at that, though. But there was something up here about... right here. Home miners may benefit from NiceHash Marathon Digital collaboration. So I skimmed through it kind of a little bit here. This is the article. And it looks like NiceHash with their whoever these partners are now, they actually are creating NiceHash firmware for ASICs. And it's for like pretty much all the ASICs. And it's obviously designated kind of like Hive OS firmware, but it's going to allow better performance, higher efficiencies, and obviously pointed directly at NiceHash to help them out. So that may decrease profitability. Obviously, it's a hash rate rental place, so you're selling your hash rate and other people are renting it, and that's how you get paid. So obviously if a new coin comes out on an algorithm and people are FOMOing into it, NiceHash can get very, very profitable even on CPUs and GPUs if people are trying to rent out all that hash power. And as there's higher demand than hash power available, obviously the prices go way up, and that's when we start making lots of money. So, you know, it's another, I guess, way to mine crypto is capitalize on these things, but it does look like they are making an ASIC firmware for NiceHash on ASIC miners. So that's pretty much the breakdown of what this is. So I thought that was actually interesting that this was actually coming to light, because there are a lot of users out there that do enjoy using the NiceHash platform. NiceHash skimming your profits. It's hard to say what it is though. If there's no demand, it doesn't really matter what there is, but there have been times where NiceHash is paying you twice as much as what you'd be making mining the coin directly because of the FOMO stage. It all comes down to, yes, they are skimming some of them there. Like what happens is people pay Bitcoin to rent hash power. You get paid in Bitcoin from that buyer renting from NiceHash. They take their cut and then they point your hash at any pool that they pretty much want. And that's where a lot of attacks happen as well, because NiceHash is such a big place. Flux for the win. NiceHash, NiceHash giving profits. Nice was a Hashcat rules on 4090s. Do you get paid for it though? Like, I never tried Hashcat. I know it's a cracker, but I don't know if it like I've never used it. I know what it does, but I don't know, like, do you make stuff or you don't get nothing unless you crack something? And hopefully you crack something that has something in it. So let's take a look at a few things here. One being, I ordered some stuff. I got almost all my stuff ready for you know, the new CPUs that are coming here. So let's just take a look at my farm. I put in the worker names already in anticipation. As we can see, if we scroll down to the bottom here, you can see I have another 7950X3D on the way because they're cheaper than the current 7950Xs on Newegg. They have like $100 off happening there. So I was like, all right, I'm going to buy one, whatever, and a motherboard to test. So I ordered a new motherboard I have never tried either. It's a B650M ASRock. It's white. It seems like it should do okay, but I don't know. I've never really tried other motherboards. So I got that because it was cheaper than the Gigabyte DS3H that I usually use. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to try that out. And I also added two 9950Xs right here. You can see there's two of them. I can't wait for release because I got the motherboards. I got a box full of coolers. I got like, I don't even know, 6, 7 other coolers I ordered. They showed up. You guys saw that short. So I got a box full of coolers. I got a whole bunch of stuff here. And I'm just waiting for new hardware to start releasing here. This year is going to be insane. 5000 series later on this year. It's going to be insane. Time to upgrade all our mining farms because, you know, efficiency is really going to start playing a key factor here as we move into next year and beyond. But right now I am ready for these. Another thing I did do is I ordered some other RAM to test. And it was expensive. It was, well, not super expensive, but it was more expensive than RAM I usually do. So as we can see on the Gigabyte, the DS3Hs, it supports up to 8000 megahertz RAM OC'd. So I did order some 8000 megahertz RAM because as we've seen with AM4, you know, your 3000 series, and or is that AM3? I don't even remember. Yeah, AM4, AM5, I don't even know. Regardless, 3000 series, 5000 series, your lower latency RAM, CL14, was key for RandomX and, you know, helping the CPU perform better. And then obviously the algorithms that RAM doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what RAM you had at all. You only needed one stick. But the lower latency CL14 RAM was better and it used less power. And the higher you went up, CL16, CL18, you get higher megahertz, faster RAM, but you actually seen higher power and less hash. So and then we coming into the 7000 series here, AM5, this is actually opposite of what we've seen on the previous generations of 3 and 5000 series, where the lower latencies didn't matter. I bought some like low latency CL28, which was fairly expensive. It was slightly slower RAM at 5600, but as we've seen with the 3 and 4000 series at 3200 versus at CL14 versus the 6000 megahertz and stuff was way better. So what we came into here is now it looks like latency isn't really as big of an issue here. It's more of the speed of the RAM. So I went and ordered some is it 26 or 28 RAM. The latency is actually a little bit less than the current ones I use, but it is 8000 megahertz. So I ordered that for testing purposes, and I want to see if we're going to gain some extra RandomX hash rate, what the power consumptions could be, and so on. So those are some things I ordered in just to, you know, play around and see what's going to happen. New motherboard coming in, faster RAM coming in, and it's going to be some fun times. You mean ass? Yeah, that word rock. But, you know, it was a little bit cheaper. That's what we're trying. You know, we're looking for budget motherboards. As miners, we're always trying to find the cheapest things. We're not going out for gaming. Remember, a lot of the things we need on the high-end motherboards and all that, it's all for single-thread fast performance. Same with liquid cooling. It's for moving high single-thread core spikes and the heat that happens. That's what liquid cooling does versus air. Where mining, all we really need is air cooling. You don't need liquid cooling. It's more expensive, more power, and so on. It's all about lowest cost to build our rigs, you know, obviously depending on the hash and stuff that you're getting as well. But yeah, just some stuff to test out and see how this performance stuff works out. Not really. 10-digit pass is $25. 12-digit is $50. Okay. How often are you cracking that stuff up, though? There's a guy paying $6 million to crack his lost seed phrase. Yeah, but can you specifically, like, I don't even know how that works. You can specifically target something to crack. Like, I don't know how that works. Is it just randomly start cracking anything it possibly get his hands on? I don't really know, but yeah, crazy. Buys of King Rejects. What's going on? Welcome, welcome. Has anyone mined, what is that? Hakash with the best requirement to find a block? No, I have not tried that coin myself, but we'll see. So let's take a look at another thing of this salad thing. So if we go in, I Googled salad actually a while ago because this thing uses a lot of power, but I guess that's expected with AI. I didn't have any overclocks on at first when I just first turned it on just to see what it'd do. And MSI Afterburner was telling me I was at like 460 watts or something on the software. So remember, that's calculating 100% efficiency. So at the wall, it was probably around 480, maybe close to 500 watts, which was pretty insane here. My fans were spinning like crazy, but it was making somewhere about $5 to $6 a day on the 4090. I only turned it on for a little bit and I shut it off. And so on. But anyway, if we go into Google here, we can see that people have been mining this for some time. It actually used to be salad.io, and now it swaps over when you click on that, it's salad.com. I don't know if it's always like that, but now they're saying, you know, they're salad.com, but io takes you to the .com website anyway. But coming into there, we can see old posts from this. Like here's one back in March of 2020 of people on how salad lets you earn rewards. So this has been around for a long time. And it's funny that, you know, here's something from 2019 where salad itself is asking about, you know, does this harm your GPUs and so on. So it is not a new platform. There's nothing new going on here. It has been around for a long time. And if you guys actually want to utilize this, I will post my referral code in the chat here for you guys, and you guys can try and check it out for yourself. You do need at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. I know people are saying you're going to need 24. Obviously, I think more RAM the better, but I think the minimum requirements is 8 gigabytes. So just kind of keep that in your mind. I just got to refresh all this now because I switched my page around. Come back into here. Back into here. Go back to live chat. There we go. Oh man, I messed it all up again. All right, so it's a fairly old platform. The other thing, if you're using Brave browser, you cannot log in or anything. So you do have to use something like Chrome or Firefox or something else. And you don't get paid in any crypto. This isn't any type of crypto stuff. You have to choose what you get paid out. And here is, you know, the various ways. Now, you can get prepaid MasterCards. There's $5, $10, $50, $100, $200 ones. Or obviously, you can get Discord Nitro, Amazon gift cards, PayPal. Every $5, you can get paid to your PayPal, Steam fees. So these are how you get paid. So whatever work it's doing, I don't really know what it's doing at all. I don't really care. But it's making $5 to $6 on a 4090. I think it's around $5 on a 3090 as well. I do believe it is probably due to the fact that it's a MEM thing. So the 5090, it may be doing something like $10 a day at that. It's, you know, we really don't know yet. But it is a MEM-based thing by the sounds of things and looks of things. So far, that's why the 3090 and 4090 are pretty close together. But you're not getting any crypto coins. There's nothing like, you're not mining a coin and then waiting for a pump or anything like that. You're getting paid out in something here. You do have to choose what you want. You can switch it around. You can get Robux and, you know, Amazon cards straight to your PayPal, game cards, Steam cards, prepaid MasterCards. That's pretty much all it is. So it's just another way to put your GPU to work. Nothing really crazy going on here, but it's a quick and easy upfront platform to get up and running. You pretty much download it, install it, hit go, and you're off to the races. So, you know, it seems interesting though, but it is very, very old, which is, I don't really know why all of a sudden it's getting all this traction. Maybe because everyone is just kind of, you know, on the fence about, okay, well, what can I do? What can I do? We got Vast AI, which isn't really crypto oriented either. A lot of people are trying other things because GPU mining crypto isn't looking very good anymore. So these are just other options that it seems like people are kind of moving over to. What do we got here? Brandon Coin did a video on it. Yeah, I think he did that, yesterday or day before, but people have been mentioning this on Twitter and stuff like a lot over the past month or two. And again, like this is like 5 years old or something. So it's crazy. What do we got here? We're doing unminable on CPUs and 6900X to Eth, and the 2x4090s and 4080s are chopping. So you got the 4090s and 4080s chopping salad. And you got the CPUs and 6900 XT AMD cards to F and what? Oh, to F. So, oh, on ETH hash. So you're mining ETH hash. I wonder what they're mining there. Is it Octa.Space or is it no? ETC hash would be ETC, obviously. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Salad has been gamer focused because they usually have the hot rod hardware. Oh, maybe. That makes a lot of sense. You know, it is designated toward gamers, and everything I've been seeing is, you know, gaming this, gaming that, user gaming. But that's the same thing crypto people have always been saying as well, is you're a gamer, you know, crypto people are gamers, gamers are gamers, and gamers only care about gamers. But, you know, crypto miners are both miners and gamers, and if you got a spare PC, you know, put it to work mining crypto, and the same type of thing. You know, if you're a gamer, put it to work doing something on the gaming side, and maybe you can get some free in-game stuff type of thing. Oh, Brownie Coin's been doing it on for a while. Okay, I wasn't aware he did it for a while. I know someone linked one to me just the other day about his latest one there, but other than that, yeah, I'm not sure. Join me on the Salad and you. Oh yeah, that was my thing there. Are there any fees to pay on Salad? I don't think there's any fees at all. I'm not 100% sure it works. I haven't got a payout or anything yet, but it's just something. It's another option for people to try and make more. And remember, I think the minimum requirements, we can go into that. Where is, do I have it up here? Where are earn Salad downloads? I don't want to download it again. Is it going to go straight to the download? Okay, so right here we can see for optimized performance, we recommend NVIDIA GPUs 3080 or later, paired with a 4-core or higher CPU. You also need at least 12 gigabytes of RAM to work on most profitable jobs. So that's another thing I want to bring up is I was mining a Spectre and it didn't cause any issues there. It doesn't do that. But if you are mining something like Cubic, if you are on an AVX 512 CPU, you're going to need a lot of RAM if you want to run this as well, because you're going to be using a lot just to run Cubic on top of this as well. You're going to need extra. But if you're on AVX, like AVX2 CPU at 3900X, Cubic doesn't use that much RAM for that architecture. So then you may be able to pair up that, or you might have to limit a few threads on Cubic to pair this up with this. But for the most part, when it comes to most coins that don't really require any RAM, other than pretty much anything else, I guess. So if you're mining Cubic, you might have some issues depending on the CPU. But if you're mining anything else, I ran full 32 threads. I had 0 issues when pairing that up with the RAM usage and so on, while having that 4090 running on Salad. So that's just one thing to keep in the back of your mind as well, are those requirements that you may need depending what you're also mining on your CPU. At least 32 gigabytes. What's at least 32 gigabytes? You need tons of RAM. We talk about Cubic again? Brandon is funding his computer empire with Salad. What does this Salad thing do? Doesn't it mine something, or is it just... It's like an AI thing. I don't really know what it's doing. Nobody knows what it's actually doing. But it's just paying people money. And it uses a crap ton of power as well. That's a big thing, too, you got to point out. You are getting $5 a day, but depending on your power price, you know, you might be spending $2 a day in power also, depending on the GPU you have. So your profit's really about $3 a day, depending how you're running it. Now, you can, you know, obviously swap your overclocks down and so on. I was playing around with a little bit. I might play around with it more to see something that's fairly efficient. But I don't really haven't gone into it. I just tried it, said, okay, yeah, well, it works, and then I shut it off. Enough of this. It was using too much power for my liking. Jobs have increased in size of Salad. Extra RAM and VRAM is necessary to get the big jobs along with enough storage space. That makes sense, but like I said, you know, I threw on the 4090 and I was mining other coins, no problem. My RAM went up a little bit, but the usage didn't really get that high. Maybe I had a crappy job. Oh, sneezing fit. But yeah, I might tinker around with it a little more and try to figure out a little more there and see what it's all doing. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Don't convert your CPU rigs to Salad. Let me do it first. You don't need to convert your CPU rigs. Like I just finished saying, like, you don't really need that. You only need a 4-core. So your normal, like, your Octo rigs will work if you have them shut off or something, or, you know, your little test bench you have sitting on the side. You don't need anything major to run Salad. All you need is a GPU with a decent amount of memory. It's saying your minimum is only 8 gigabytes. But as people in chat there saying, for the bigger jobs, you do need higher memory ones. But like I said, I was fully CPU mining. I didn't really notice anything. I went straight to about $5 to $6 a day on my 4090 in my workstation. I had other windows open. I was full-fledged CPU mining. I was only at I don't even know. I wasn't even using that much RAM, really. It was slowly ramping up, but then it peaked at around 42% or something. I think I'm at 32 gigabytes in my workstation. I should get more because it is the workstation. But I never really noticed all these crazy requirements that I have seen a lot of people really saying you need. So I don't really know. I'm going to have to play around with it a little more, but I don't know the full details. But yeah, I'm not converting my CPU rigs to it. I think that's probably dumb. But who knows? We'll see. Then you gotta get Windows. Oh yeah, it only works in Windows too. That's the other thing. So then you gotta install Windows and everything. Then you gotta do, I don't know. And the amount of power. Oh, it's just, I don't know. I think it's more of a headache than it's worth. I'd rather just shut it off. That's my 2 cents. But we'll see. I'll play around a little bit. Use an Epic, then you have a solid shooter. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's not even really using my CPU. So I don't know why everyone's talking about all this CPU stuff all of a sudden when I tried it and it wasn't utilizing any of my CPU at all. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. There is no CPU convention. Yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't matter. You don't really. All you need is at least a 4-core CPU, and it's probably hardly using any of that. So some Intel garbage thing will work. Anyway, let's talk about the 9950Xs now a little bit. I don't know if you guys seen the video or not on Moore's Law right here. This guy, he has a lot of good leaks and stuff. I don't want to play too much of it. Maybe just quick little clips because I don't know how much of a copyright thing we'll get here, but this is just the very end part here. We'll kind of run through, so just give me a second. Not sure how well you guys can hear this, but yeah. Turn down this volume a little bit.
Look at what I am disclosing to you today. It entirely changes the picture. X3D coming out sooner than expected. X3D getting extra enhancements over Zen 4. More aggressive pricing than I think a lot of people are expecting. That entirely changes how you would characterize.
So, and this, I think this can kind of refer over to the 5090 series. I don't know if you guys can really hear that because it's playing around with volumes, but he's saying that, we may see the X3D version of the 9950X earlier than we previously have. He's guessing around Q3 and Q4 of this year. So the X3D models could happen sometime at the end of this year as well. But the main thing was the 9950Xs are probably going to be cheaper than when the 7950Xs releases. And this could fall into the 5090s being cheaper possibly than the 4090s. He doesn't say any of that here because we're talking about the CPUs. But very interesting thing is that chip manufacturing is actually cheaper this year around than it was previously. I know everyone's like, oh, the 5090 is going to be twice the cost of a 4090. Oh, it's going to be so expensive and stupid. But it seems people are still forgetting that even the 4090 released at a cheaper MSRP than the 3090 did. And look at the powerhouse that it is. Obviously, it has no memory. Moving forward, now we have the 5090 coming in, and everyone thinks everything's going to be so expensive because it's new gen, when it's sounding like it's actually cheaper to manufacture these things now, and things might actually be cheaper. Then again, Nvidia, they run their crazy marketing teams here, and they could hold back stock to keep prices higher or to push the price higher, like they have tend to do in the past there. But at the same time, it is actually cheaper to produce these. But let's just kind of move back to where he all 3D catch. Pricing and overclocking leak. So let's see if it's right here.
Hard. But anyways, let's stop beating around the bush. Let's put this leak on screen here. And then just start working through this leak. 49. A fairly substantial, because most people either want, is a rumor that's being whispered between based on 2022. And then if I extrapolate that, what the pre-markup pricing is to what the final. And by the way, for those that doubt that AMD can afford to charge less for Zen 5 than they did at Zen 4's launch, I really think you should read up online. Current estimates for Zen 5 CCDs point to them having a smaller die size, meaning less cost, than the CCDs used with Zen 4. And additionally, TSMC has cut costs recently on wafers. So cheaper wafer costs, at least for the I/O die, smaller die sizes for 4 nanometer, which is still a 5 nanometer family node. It's not crazy at all to think that AMD will be able to charge a bit less for each SKU this generation at launch than they did last generation.
Yeah, crazy stuff. So we could see the 9950X coming in cheaper than when the 7950X released. Another thing he did point out too, which it makes a lot of sense. I never really thought about it, but you guys hear about it all the time. 3900Xs, 5900Xs, 7900Xs. Something he brought up here, which is interesting, is 7900X, even the 39s and 59s, they're in a weird bracket. So, people that want to either like mine with a lot of cores and stuff, or they want a workstation, they're going for the 16 core. People that are gaming, they don't need the 12 cores or the 16 cores, so they usually go for like the 5800s, this 5700s, and so on, 5800 XDs, 7800 X3Ds, and so on. So the 12 core ones usually end up getting a bunch of price cuts pretty early after releases. So that's another thing to kind of keep in mind. Personally, myself, after testing so many CPUs and going in this and the possible AVX 512 boosts and so on, I'm probably only building 16 core CPUs moving forward. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to get a couple, maybe two, at least two 9950Xs on release to test out here, because I have everything else already ready to go. Motherboards, everything empty, waiting for them. I'm just waiting for the CPU to release. And we have noticed with the 7950X 3D that they do use a decent amount of less power. They hash the same, sometimes better than the 7950Xs, that when the 9950X 3Ds release, those might be the only ones I'm actually going to go for moving into the future, and then probably slowly start selling off my 3900Xs or giving them away or something. I don't know. But I want to start getting rid of them and moving to the higher, more performance, more efficient type of miners, because more and more hash rate is constantly always coming online, and efficiencies is really becoming key to staying in that profitable range. So that's kind of what I'm looking at moving forward. But again, I still don't know for sure, because we're going to have to first see what the pricing is, and then how well will this 9950X actually produce. So there's so many rumors out there. And remember, a lot of these specs are pushed towards gamers. So single thread performance, the overclocking and the overclocking spikes, like the 7000 series and the 5000 series, they have the same boost clock upwards to 5.7. Now, as miners, we don't go into our boost range, because once you go over that base clock, you do start losing quite a bit of efficiencies, and you're upwards of, instead of hashing like, say, Random X at like 22 kilohash at 130 watts or so, you're now doing like, say, 25 kilohash at 300 watts. You're getting like 3 CPUs worth of power for like an extra 2 cores worth of hash rate. It doesn't make any sense to be boosting up that unless you got super cheap power. But then you need better motherboards, you need better cooling, and it's just a massive headache there. So running at that base clock and trying to tweak the voltage down as much as possible is key. Now, the thing I didn't really realize, and I was just looking at the other day, is the 3000 series to the 5000 series, they see a base clock reduction, which is what we kind of thought AMD was going to do. So let's just have a quick peek here, because I can't remember what they were. 3.6, I think, and 3.7. So let's just go AMD 5000, 5950. Let's go 5950X. And this one is general specs. You can't even get 3950 specs anymore. They quit listing the 3000 series even on their web pages here. But we can see the base clock is 3.4. Now, the 3950X was 100 megahertz faster at 3.5. So all they did here is they increased the boost clock on these ones up a bit more over the 3000 series, but they lowered the base clock 100, which is why, okay, we're not really seeing any benefit on the 5000 series versus the 3000 series, even though some coins like Ghost Rider, they actually did benefit on the 3000 series more than the 5, and then other coins benefited on the 5 down to 3. So we really don't know what's going to happen with this 9000 series. But what they did do is the 9000 series is a 4.5 gigahertz base clock, and the 9950X, they actually nerfed it even more than the 3 to 5000 series boost. It's down to 4.3 gigahertz instead of 4.3 or 4.5. But the 7950X 3D, it actually is down to 4.2, which is even a 300 megahertz boost, which I wasn't aware about, but it is still hashing at less power more than the 7950X, which means just now we're going to see all these architecture improvements and increases on the 9950X. It's all rumors because we don't know until we test. But they're talking about, there is a 10 to possibly 40% boost just because of the lower latency talking between the dies and everything that we could see. There's also a faster L1 and L2 in there, which does increase hash rate as well. So 9950X could see a boost in hash rate on every coin just on the chip level. Now, if they also add the additional 40% AVX512, I think it's 40 to 50, that means we could see Cubic adding both bonuses on top for the one coin that utilizes AVX512. We could see a possible 60 to 80% increase on Cubic hash rates with this one CPU to the previous gens. That means like a 3900X right now is only like, what, 50 ITs per second? Current epoch, I believe a 380 or 390 is what a 7950X3D is doing on Cubic. We could see a 9950X possibly, if it gets all the boost, upwards to over 500 ITs per second possibly. That's pretty insane. But again, it's all speculation, and we don't know until we actually test out these miners. So it's going to be interesting to see, or these CPUs, I mean. So, overall right now, I think we're probably not going to see, as for a miner, much of a performance increase at all. We might see a big one on the X3Ds if they start stacking those memory, one for each controller, like was leaked there as well, which we didn't really look at, but it's in that video. But if they do get the actual boost, unlike the 3 and 5000 series did, then we could see huge efficiency increases as well as hash rate increases, and keeping that power levels still fairly low for mining. So we're going to have to see when we test it, though. It's going to be very interesting. This is actually one of the most exciting series increases that has happened since, obviously, the 5 to 7000 series. That was a straight-up huge increase because we've seen the base clocks go from 3.5 a whole 1 gigahertz up, and now we're seeing actual nice architecture boosts happening in on the chips here for around the same amount of clock speed. So we should hope for better efficiencies, and we'll just have to see exactly what those prices and stuff look like. What are you guys thinking about all this? What's Panda talking about? He's probably going to buy them all. You buying them all? He probably already has them all in order. He called up Lisa Sue and said, hey, you know what? I want all your 9950Xs. Don't sell any to Rabid or anyone else. I need to build up my farm first. And she probably said, okay, no problem, Panda. I'll hand deliver them. Yes, the 7950X3D is way better than is better than the 7950. The 7950X3D is better pretty much all round over the 7950X. It's lower power. It's about the same. Sometimes hash is even better. And on Cubic, it is seeing probably an extra 40 to 60 ITs per second over the 7950X and using less power. It is currently it is the best CPU that you want for consumer grade right now for them. That's why I did order another one, because it was $100. Hey, Panda, if you're looking for a 7950X3D, it's only limited one per customer. I made 2 accounts so I could get 2, but it has $100 off, so it's actually less than the 7950X right now at Newegg. 1 per customer if anybody is looking for that right now. I am all in on selling. You put there's no way. You took every rig of yours and threw them on Windows. I don't believe you. You're lying to us. I cannot. That would have took all week to take your GPUs out, put them all on separate rigs, and frickin' install Windows and all that stuff. I don't think you did that. Maybe you did, though. I don't know. Maybe, it is making more. Technically, if you want profits, it's there, and it would be a good idea. I don't have the power to do that. I wouldn't be able to run all that stuff out that much. That's just crazy. A week, a month. Yeah. Dude has hundreds of GPUs. Yeah, that's going to take forever. I love Windows. Now we know he's lying. Oh, man. That's crazy. Hey, when are you coming back out to Edmonton? We got to go to West End again. We got to check it out. Play some mini golf. Maybe some. They also got what? They got everything in there. They have like frickin', what are those things, Carl, that you drive around? The go-karts. They got like crazy glow-in-the-dark go-kart stuff. And yeah, it's crazy. Salad only supports 1 GPU per rig. That's what I mean. Like, you have to break them down like crazy. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. No. That's just a pain. That's crazy. What else do we got going on in live chat there? I'll try to pay attention to it. You CPU mine Zeph, get paid in RTM, send it to iNodes. Also, you selling your GPU at the same time. Oh, that's so crazy. Salad's base GPU requested is 3080. Lots of VRAM, yes, but ultimately the higher spec GPU, newest series, gets picked first. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I can ask the wife when we can do a drive out there again for sure. Such a nice drive. Yeah, make sure you actually do it during the daytime and turn on your mapper this time. Drives 14 hours without the mapper. Like, that's crazy. Crazy. Collect them honey tokens. But yeah, it'll be fun. We hang out there. I got to go to BC sometime also, though. We've been meaning to drive out that direction for, I don't even know, 2 years now. Never made it out. Panda got to ask the wife who wears the... That's usually how it works. That's usually how it works. Everywhere. Everywhere. I set up the one rig on Windows to mine CPU on XM rig for a GPU and sell the biggest GPU. Way too much work. Yeah, you know, just having to put in Windows, that just turns down a lot of people, because especially if you're running Hive and yeah, I don't know. It's pain. It's pain. What else we got on the agenda? Don't really have any. Oh yeah, there's the Ice River stuff. There's all the Ice River stuff. I know you guys know about this. So if you guys purchased one of a is it June batch? I think it's a June batch. You guys may have got a code. Now I think third-party vendor codes are larger. Someone in Discord actually told me that he got like $5,000 off. He paid $200 to get a freaking KS5M or something. Let me just bring that up. See if I can find an ASIC chat. Is it here? I told him to, KS5L. I told him to send it to me, but I don't think he's going to. But what do we got here? So yeah, I got all the info. But all resellers got coupons at 170 per terahash from Ice River. Those coupons worked as spending balances, not a discount. So for example, if you bought 2 KS5Ls from the June batch, you got a $4,080 of spending balance with your seller. So in this case, I paid just $500 to have another KS5L shipped. In case T-Swift was not providing coupons, he scammed all of his June batch buyers for 170. Yeah. Anyway, so third-party vendors are actually, they're handing out major discounts. So depending where you got it, check in to see if you have a code. And I think Panda's actually looking. I seen him on Twitter the other day. He's looking for people's codes. So if you guys don't plan on spending more money, Panda does want to do ROI tests on one of these, and he's looking for codes to obviously help with that discount. And then, you know, if you guys just have enough for a free one, you can just send it on my way as well. That's much appreciated also. Anyway, though, but for customers who have purchased from Ice River products from resellers, please contact your resellers for more details. So again, if you bought from Miner Bros, send them an email. Say, yo, where's my discount code? If you got from Coin Mining Central, say, yo, where's my discount code? And so on, depending where you got it. Now, looking at the prices of everything, this was something that I know a lot of people were not expecting. Like $239 for a KS0 Ultra. Like, the Pro was $339. The original KS0, which obviously, you know, was what, $1,600, but look how much they came down in price. And then they, you know, they dropped the price of KS5Ls, KS5Ms. Now this would be okay, I think. I don't know how import fees work depending on your country. Some say if it's over an X amount, then it's 25%. Other places like Miner Bros, Mining Central, they actually drop the value so it's lower. They also have shipping in the prices and so on. But I think this is probably your best buy right now is Ice River. Links in the description with a discount code of Rabid right here with KS0, the KS0 from Ice River. But the other ones, if you're looking for a KS5M or KS5L, look at the prices. I think Miner Bros may be the better option here, or Mining Central. So we can see the KS5M is $7,500. Plus you got to pay for shipping, plus possibly 25% import fees. I don't know how it works, but people saying from Ice River, if it's over $800 or something, you are paying 25% of this price. So that's quite a bit. Now coming into Miner Bros here, where is it? They have it for $79. So only an extra $400 or $500. Miner Bros has the exact same miner, but this already has the shipping and the cost. Plus, you're going to have low import fees because they drop the value when shipping it. So I think this would be the better buy here. Now, Mining Central also had a good deal. Mining Central actually had the KS0 cheaper than Miner Bros, but it's still, I think, going to end up being more expensive than ordering from Ice River at that. But these two here, I think, are a little more expensive than Miner Bros. It's kind of going through. Remember, you got to do your shopping and, you know, look around to everything. But I do think Miner Bros would be cheaper for the two big models, and Ice River would be the best place for the smallest model, depending on how the import fees and everything will work there. I could be wrong, though, but, you know, just like everything else, do your own research, look into multiple shops. Links to most of these with discount codes is also in the description if you're looking around. But yeah, check all that out. 25% in the US. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Ice River going into the US is like 25%. So what would that be? So example, here is Ice River. So say you picked up a KS5M for $7,500. So $7,500 times 0.25. That's an extra $1,875. So $1,875 plus $1,875. So that's $9,300 is what it would cost you to buy this thing from Ice River. Where, like I said, Miner Bros, you might only be paying like $100 on import fees or something crazy like that. So it's a huge difference depending where you get them from and knowing how other shops do ship things. But again, you know, always talk to them, double check, confirm, seeing if it's being dropped value and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy. Run the likes up. Yeah, run the likes up, guys. It's a pretty slow day today. Only 107 viewers. No one likes it. Only 44 likes. Come on, guys. Oh, I'm shutting this off. Goodbye. I'm just kidding. Hit that like button, though. ERT10, what we got here? That may not be the case for imports into the U.S. U.S. Customs just shut down 6 of the largest import brokers for not paying tariffs, so Customs is cracking down in the U.S. That's interesting. I knew there was going to be a strike in Canada as well. That's different, though, not cracking down on paying imports, but there's a difference because they don't know how much, unless they actually go to Google and they like, okay, well, this is an Ice River. They like crack open your package and look it up with the miner and then go to the Ice River website and say, hey, that's actually worth that much, not this much. So I don't know if they do that, go that far, or do they just look at what the declared value is, and then obviously you got to pay imports and stuff on whatever that value is. I don't know. That's the U.S. though. I'm from Canada, so it's different. We have Trudeau rules, which is probably a lot worse, but yeah, I don't know. Speaking of that, also, did you guys hear, what is that? Salad is running out of AI jobs to give to people. Oh, really? Well, you know, they've been around since 2019, so makes sense. Obviously, you know, it's just like a difficulty thing. As more people start doing it, you know, I imagine all the lower quality hardware will not get jobs. And maybe, you know, that was one of the things Brandon Coyne ran into when I saw that one video of his 2 days ago. You know, he had to reset his rig, get a new job. Maybe it's because, you know, so much other hardware is coming online that, okay, well, it's a lot harder to get jobs now. So there isn't enough jobs for all the people trying to do that weirdo salad thing. Yeah, me too. Fixed now. Oh man, I'm slacking over on the YT. Case Rocker, you're slacking on the YT. Fixed now. Don't think salad profits will be much longer. Yeah, it's hard to say. We don't know because, you know, it all depends on how the difficulties and stuff works and hardware. You know, if people flood to it, obviously, you know, profits may drop because now maybe they're splitting up jobs between more people. Like I just don't know how it works at all. You know, it's not a crypto thing. It's not a blockchain thing. It's doing something and getting paid out in PayPal or prepaid MasterCards, which kind of seems weird, but you know what? If it's doing it, it's doing it. Go until it dies, I guess. Rabid, you got any BIOS updates for the new CPU? Yes, I do, actually. Let's speak of that. Let's look at that. So right here, for the, you know, we all know these are the majority of the motherboards I've been getting for AM5 7000 series. Let's just take a look at support. We'll go to the BIOS for this one. Support. Downloads. BIOS. Look at this. Boom. F30. BIOS F30. You guys can't really see that, but we can see right here. Checksum. Update. Patch for next-gen Ryzen processor support. This was released on May 22nd. So it looks like they already have the support for the 9950 or the 9000 series anyway. This is motherboard BIOS F30, and I guess I can So yeah, that one not showing nothing. That one's not showing nothing. There, that one you can see it's F30 here, so F30. But it looks like this will support. I imagine there's going to be a few more just before release, probably with more tweaking. But it does look like BIOS support is coming for all the latest ones. So that's why I checked this first, and I seen that this was here. That's why I ordered 2 more of the DS3Hs. As we know, there's also going to be new generation of motherboards coming. What are they, the X850s and X870s over the B650s and X570s or 670s. So it's going to be the 800 series. And it sounds like probably when the X3Ds come out, you won't need them, but it's probably recommended to use them because they are coming with new PBO support. And obviously to run whatever they're doing on the new X3Ds, you're going to need that. Also, another thing Moore's Law is Dead to talk about on that video is that the X3Ds for the 9000 series might also get overclocking capabilities. As we know, we have to run it with the curve optimizer. You couldn't tweak your voltages and stuff. It sounds like you might be able to now. I just don't know what the limits are, and that all might be part of the new 800 series motherboard as well. So we don't know. There's still a lot of things we don't know, a lot of leaks and rumors happening, but the only things we really do know is the 9000 series is releasing next month in July. Don't know when. Hopefully the sooner the better, but we'll wait and see. And then from there, like, I don't know, I'm going to have to drive to town to do that. I wonder if Best Buy will give me 2 or not. They might say limit of 1 per customer because it's new. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get my little one to buy one too. She can go in there, but she's 9. I want a CPU. 9950X. Thank you. So since many people are trying to get the profit, they don't have all the jobs. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's probably the difficulty is probably getting too high, and people are no longer getting jobs on the old salad. I can game just fine on older hardware, never hardware mines. Newer hardware mines. Yeah, that's the thing I have. I've been debating. I'm like, should I just get a stupid Intel CPU for my actual workstation gaming PC? But then I'm like, well, when I edit my videos, how well will an Intel CPU even edit that? Because I know, like, when I go to edit videos and I edit it while I'm still mining, but then I got to shut my miner off to actually do the rendering part. And then, the 7950X is pretty good at rendering, and maybe I should just get a Ripper build for that. But for a gaming PC and stuff, or maybe I'll just get a 9800 X3D when they release for the gaming PC. And I don't really, I'm trying to find out a way where I don't have as much downtime on mining while trying to edit videos and stuff, and while still being able to render at decent speeds. I'm probably just going to stay the way it is with probably slap a 9950X in, depending how the performance is, and call her good. Don't get there is a lot of issues right now. Delta, what are we talking about? Issues on what? Load the van with kids from your neighborhood and pay them to go in there one at a time to Best Buy. I don't have enough. I only got the hardware for 2. I can only get 2 for now. So I'm not getting a whole bunch. I'm just going to get 2 because I like to build in pairs. Remember, you got those dual CPU mining stands. Have the 2 together, and that's good. And then depending how they performs, I'll decide, am I going to get more of these, or am I going to get cheaper 7950X 3Ds if they go down in price, and then obviously wait for the 9950X 3Ds and then see how they do. So, it's a stepping stone. We're right at the tipping point of new hardware. So you don't really go out and spend a whole bunch on current hardware. You have something cheap, that's this, or you go get a 4090 when you're about to get slammed with, 5000 series GPUs, or, this case, the 9950Xs and 9950X 3Ds, possibly 3 to 6 months later on, still happening later on this year. So it's a hardware transition year, and things are going to be very interesting. So I just recommend everyone to probably hold on to your money and just wait to see how these new things do. And if the efficiencies and everything is a lot better, obviously that would be the better route for more long-term mining over the next, bear market and so on. I've gone Intel for Adobe Premiere. Will never go back to AMD. Do you pay for Adobe Premiere? I was thinking about trying that. I don't use Adobe Premiere, but I do know Intel does, what's it called? they are optimized for Adobe Premiere, so maybe it would be a little bit better. But like, I could do a 10. Well, currently right now the 7950X that I have in here, mixed with the 4090. I use HitFilm Pro for my editing stuff, and it does a 4K 60 video at about 1:1. So it's like watching the movie when it's rendering it. So a 20-minute video would take about 20 minutes to render at 4K 60, but a 1080 60, it's usually about times 4. So like 12 minutes, I render it out in about 3 minutes. So is Intel faster than that? Then maybe I'll just have to do that and switch over. And then that would make quite a bit of sense. So much faster. Oh, it is? Really? So you can like plop out 10K. So a 12-minute video would be done in like 2 minutes. That's fast. Because right now 3 minutes is pretty, I thought was pretty freaking quick. It's like watching in super fast forward mode for 1080 60. Quick sync. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to look into it. Which Intel CPU do you have? I'll have to look into an Intel rig. That's going to be so weird building an Intel rig. I'm building my first Intel. Imagine that one. Then I'll obviously have to test how it mines. But maybe I will go an Intel rig actually for once. But Premiere Pro is expensive though, isn't it? Like $30 a month or something. Just put SRB miner in every PC you touch for free. 13600K i5. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna look in. I'm gonna write that down. Take a look at things. 13600K i5. Is that the same PC you use for gaming as well? Because yeah, maybe because I'll just turn my workstation render thing into my gaming PC. Then I don't have to worry about CPU mining on it. So that'd be a bonus. So that'd be good. So that might be what I might have to build an Intel rig. Rabid might build an Intel rig, guys, for a workstation. Not for mining, but for a workstation. But then again, maybe I'll wait for the new ones to come out. The new Intels are supposed to come out at the end of the year. There's 2 of them. A kind of okay one, and then their better version. So we'll see what happens. Intel was at 14700K, slays it. So does the 13900K. I would go with another 14700K again. This video is all the same points as me for Intel. That's all the same points as me for Intel. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I have to look at it. Intel is about to drop another chipset. So yeah, that's the thing. We're in the transition period of new hardware, which we just finished talking about. Now I'm talking about, okay, I'm going to buy one of these. But yeah, it's probably just best to wait. So end of the year, I guess we'll just make the decision. See what Intel comes out with, get that one, and go from there. So I don't know. I'm on the verge right now. You know, I'll update it because I don't want all that downtime. It'd be nice to just have a PC that I can, you know, record on, edit stuff, stream, whatever, and never have to worry about mining on it because we know Intel sucks for mining. So I don't have to worry about shutting things off. If I want to play a game, I won't feel guilty about playing a game while having my CPU not mining. So yeah, you know, I think I've been thinking about this for a while now. I just wasn't sure how good they would do at rendering stuff, but Panda says they work pretty good. So, you know, I might do it. It's all Panda's fault. And that's going to be the name of the video. Panda made me build Intel. That's what we're going to do. Coming soon. Oh, man. I don't know what CPU yet. We'll wait till the new ones come out. I don't know what they're called. They're in here somewhere. What are the new ones called? What's the new architecture? They're here somewhere. Over here. Right here. What are these called?
What if Arrow Lake or Zen 5 are way more or less with Lion Cove than we're expecting? What if they're worse? I mean, if you look at that Lunar Lake Lion Cove IPC slide, you can see that at higher power limits, it says it has only 10% higher performance than Raptor Lake. What if, because Arrow Lake is meant for desktop, it's only a 10% boost in single threading over Raptor Lake? That would massively change its ability to compete at all with Zen 5. And of course, What if Arrow Lake or Zen 5 are way more or less efficient than expected? I've heard that Arrow Lake should be a lot more focused on reasonable TDPs than what Raptor Lake Refresh had, but we're also seeing hints that Zen 5 really may be a massive uplift in efficiency over Zen 4. And actually, speaking of efficiency, to give a specific
No, there's a lot of stuff going on, so it's probably just best to wait. End of the year, get all the newest crap out there, and see how it goes. Did that even come through? I muted my mic to make sure it wasn't kind of overlapping there, but I was hoping. I saw the desktop audio going up and down. Did you guys actually get audio, or is you guys just reading lips? Use Xeons. I do have some Xeons I got here. I have a dual Xeon here sitting on the couch with no coolers or nothing on it yet, which I got to build sometime, but I don't know. What's a good price to buy 7742s at? So I think my original 7742 was $2,200 Canadian, and the dual one was like, I can't remember, $4,800 Canadian, I think was the dual 7742. But now, if I was to buy them, I think it's like $3,500 for a single and like $6,000 for a dual. So the prices are really high on the Epics right now, even for the older ones, and the new ones are just crazy high, and you need so much more RAM. And I really think consumer grade now is probably the better way to go, especially for the price. You had audio? Okay, awesome, that works. So now I know for future to watch videos that that'll work. Intel doesn't even have AI. We hear, yeah, you heard echo audio at first, but I didn't mute it up. I just turned the volume down, and then I muted my mic after. So hopefully it got better. I was like, okay, well, hopefully this is working, but it sounds like it does. You know what? I'm going to try a test right now. We're going to go back in here. I'm going to hit the play button. I'm going to mute my mic and hit play, and just let me know if it's like straight up good. Okay, go.
Example from the past. Don't forget that Raptor Lake in mid-2022 was honestly impressing me a ton.
So did that work? Was that good? All the audio was good there? Price for a 12 core. We got audio. It's good. It's good. It's all good. Everyone's good. What? Intel makes CPU? Yeah, Intel makes CPUs? When did that happen? When did Intel make a CPU? What the heck? Is this a legit thing? But yeah, I can't remember what their newer one was called. He said it here at the start. Lion Cove, Lunar Lake, and Redwood Cove. Lion Cove and Redwood. I don't know I don't know where they come up with their names, but yeah, there's new everything coming out later on the year, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And I'll have to look into Adobe Premiere as well. So Lion Cove mines better cubic than 9. No, Lion Cove won't mine nothing. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying an Intel CPU will be able to mine. We're talking about a possible gaming workstation PC for rendering and not mining on, which is why it would be Intel. Oh man. Michael Cartwright, what website could you recommend to see the CPU profitability that quite accurate has a lot of CPU options? No, I would say mine, but it's been having issues lately. I need the dev to update it. So there's a lot of coins where the APIs are out of whack. So right now, there is, there's this. Actually, speaking of this, I want to look at, let's look at the cubic profitability on this now. Where is coins? Coins. Cubic. So as of today, so the calculator, like cubic is I don't know, it's dying. So 81 ITs, about 6,000 watts. No, that's about 6,500 watts. 30% pool fee. $5 a day. That is insane. That's so that's totally dropped quite a bit. The profits per day for everything for 8,100 ITs per second is only $5. Yeah, no thanks. I'd rather try mining Bitcoin on my CPUs for that. Software is free. So like we went to that. We got audio. It's good. All confirmed over there. 104 viewers, 64 likes. We got a few more likes. We need some more though. We need more. Meyer, I took what to mine and hash rate. I know there might be better, but those two work for me. Isn't hash rate a bit? Yeah, hash rate.no is out of whack. So you know it's not totally right there. You know, for GPUs it's pretty close, but when it comes to everything else, it's pretty sketchy, especially for the direct ones. Like look at this. Look at the CPUs here. Look at this. The 7742. Let's go to 9950X. Does it have power here? No. So 5950X is saying it uses 105 watts for Zeph. That is not right. But then if we go into like where's the? I can't remember. There's some others. What's 5900X? Like something. 105 watts. There's something where they're saying it's like I don't know, was it 7950X? 131 watts. That one's actually pretty close. There's one where they're saying like, I don't know, they're using it was like 80 watts on like a 16 core. I can't remember which one, but it was like, it was nowhere near where it should be in terms of power consumptions. But yeah, we see Cram is still leading the charge here on the good old 4090. So that's not too shabby. But then again, we just talked about Salad. Look at top coin on a 4090. Revenue is $1.61. That means if you had free power, you'd be getting the highest you could get is $1.61, where Salad is, you know, sitting at $5 to $6. So any crypto coin is really not worth mining right now, which is pretty crazy to think about. That's insane. Then yeah, as for mine though, where is it? Let's come on to here. Nope, not the news section. If we go into calculator, like I said, this one's all broken right now because all the APIs like AVN, RG, I don't even know if that coin's still alive anymore. Verus coin API, all the APIs are kind of broken here, so we're not really seeing all of the proper Ordelios. 7950X3D. Yeah, I don't know. And all these numbers though are based on my actual testing, so these are wall numbers and everything. But I'm trying to get the dev to update the website here and add more coins and so on, but he hasn't seemed to be answering for a little while. Not every 4090 is making... Okay, probably not, though. Yeah, like you said, some can't find jobs, some whatever. Some might find better jobs. So that's just from quick testing. I threw it on the other day. It was telling me about 5-something a day. And I was like, okay, good enough. I shut her down. Maybe I'll turn it back on later and see. Try and get... You know, maybe I'll go for like one payout. You know, I'll get like $5 in a prepaid MasterCard and see what that looks like. And then after that, I'll decide what to do. But yeah, I'm not really sure. The pricing moves so fast in crypto that all you'll get is a general estimate at that minute. Nothing is set in stone. Yeah, for sure. And remember, hold on to your bags. Have them ready. Next year is when the year. This bull market has been taking a toll on, or this bear market has been taking a toll on its people. And it's been, you know, pretty bad for the past 2.5, 3 years now. So finally people are like, all right, I'm done with crypto. I'm not doing this anymore. And, you know, they just all negative. So that's what we're starting to see. That's what happens at the tail end of bear markets. And next year, end of this year, moving into next year, we're going to see smiles on everyone's faces. Altcoin season's going to hit. We're going to see a couple alts pump every single freaking month, starting from even maybe as early as January. But, you know, like, last cycle, February, Ravencoin hit all-time highs in February of 2021, you know, way before Bitcoin did it. So a lot of these alts really start popping off before Bitcoin starts moving to its cycle high. So be ready for that. I still feel next year is when everything's really going to start popping. Ignore anything that happens this year because this is still trying to get your coin. They're trying to make you sell. They're trying to make you dip out because they're keeping you down. Next year, you're going to be up, flying, and ready to roll. So it's going to be good times ahead. And that's just, you know, the way I feel about crypto. Next year is going to be good. Make it a very subjective. I prefer spendable. Hawk said he was making $12 a day. Maybe before. I don't know about that anymore. But it also depends how you run them, I think, as well. So like I said, to possibly get $12 a day, maybe you're running them at like 500 watts and you'll melt them in about a week. But it's hard to say. It's hard to say. You know, I'm going to play around with some overclock settings, see what it likes, what it doesn't like. Try to get it more efficient, but they run with a lot of power. That's one thing I noticed right off the get-go, is it is power. It's worse than Kapow. Let's just put it that way. Worse than Kapow. Yeah, I don't know. What is this? My Asus B650ME has got a BIOS update, one in 2024 for 18. Okay, that's it? That's the only BIOS update? Or is that the one for the new CPUs you're talking about? What's worse than Kapow? Salad is. Salad is more power intensive, but to make up for it, it actually has really high revenue. So, you know, I guess it's kind of okay. It's kind of okay. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap this one up, though. I do appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream. Tomorrow, we're going to be back for a live AMA, and we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, answer some questions, and see what things go from there. So, appreciate everyone for showing up to this live stream. I will see you all in the next one. Rabid out. Rabid, 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 Rabid. I'm just messing with you guys. Have a good day.